Let's say Iman 8 years ago to Iman now. What's the difference in terms of your dating life?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'll be honest, like I've always had a good like I remember when I was even when I was like 14, 15, 16. So I had a girlfriend for like 2 years. My first relationship was like 2 years. That's why, dude, I'll be honest, women with me are on their absolute best behavior. I don't have a have never experienced a girl in my life that's late, that's disrespectful, they're like I know, outside of I don't know, maybe some whatever 4 years ago in a club or like these days I don't experience those sort of things with women because like um once again I cultivated that back when I was like 14, 15, 16. Like you need to act in accordance to the person who you want to become right now in order to become that person. So like dude, when I was like 14, 15, 16, even my girlfriend, like she knew like my work is I didn't even fucking have a business, right? Like my work is my number one, my self-study is my number one. If my girlfriend wants to hang out on Sunday and I haven't read my book for the week, it's not happening. Like if I put out on YouTube or I put out an ad or because back then we were running some ads to try and grow the channel and stuff like that. If I was like, look, to me, and I genuinely believe that 70% of success is meditate, work on your past traumas, don't drink alcohol as we're having some whiskey, but like don't drink alcohol, don't smoke pot. I don't care how creative you are, and that you're someone who does well on weed. I don't give a shit. No, no, you're not. Like if you just do those things, like bro, I know this sounds ridiculous, but you're honestly, and you do it consistently, you're honestly 70% of the way there. And all you need is some sort of vehicle, right? All you need is some sort of like here's the thing, I'm really not the hardest working. I mean, I will say like, especially, from 2014 to like 2018, I was a machine, right? But these days I'm really not the hardest working. It's just you have to put a lot of hard work in, then you have to find the right track in life, but just aligning on the right track, because you could have someone who's incredible but they're part of a company where there is no room for growth, and the organization is very archaic and they don't see the value this person is providing. Whereas if they join a startup or they join something that sort of has that startup a bootstrap mentality to it, then they can actually get more ownership. So anyways, the reason I say all this stuff is because I would love to, my message, I'd love to on the forefront just be like, yeah, all you do is just meditate and do some trauma release work and all, but people don't care about that. People care about like people care about like all the fancy stuff around and like all the wealth and the money and the blah blah and the wealth, money, the girls, like all this stuff is the stuff that's actually like just gets so old so quick and is not the fun stuff or the fulfilling stuff. But yeah, I guess that's what people want to see. So
there's now a young fatherless man. Let's say he's 18 years old and he's never really had like a good father figure. He has never experienced healthy masculinity, the stereotypical like down bad self-improvement story, and he's watching this. What do you feel like he needs to hear?
I'd say the biggest thing is start off with becoming the hero in your own mind. Like that, to me, that's the biggest thing. Like I was always the hero in my mind. From a young age, I was like this hero in my own mind, and it was like, I think that's the big thing as well. It's people who are down bad, like they don't have a good self-image of themselves, and quite frankly, yeah, I don't blame you. You shouldn't, because like you're not valuable. You're withering your life away. But that's you now. So don't try to change it. Like the affirmations, I am this. No, you're not. You're like, you are a useless. But you don't have to stay that way, right? Like you look at all these movies, right? Is it any fun if the main character starts off successful and starts off at a great place and everything just no. Like a good movie has turbulence, and you are, to me, I've always viewed myself as like the main character in my movie, and it's like you start off at a really shit place, you build, you have some wins, you have some losses, but like I want people to focus. And by the way, this also doesn't mean being the hero of your own movie. This doesn't mean to me, okay, go look at Ferraris, go look. I'll be honest, to me, like I do somewhat, I can kind of see the point in a vision board somewhat. I think it's actually better, and I tell a lot of people in my community to do this. I think it's actually better if instead you go to Rolex, you try on a Rolex, it becomes tangible, it becomes real. You've had a Rolex on your wrist. I think it's better if you go to a very, very, very expensive restaurant and just have a coffee. I tell people all the time, like, look, if you go to Starbucks, you have a £3 coffee, or you go to You know, you have afternoon tea at the Ritz, right? And you know, of course, some places there's minimum spends and stuff, but you know, you sit in the lobby or of a very, very, very expensive hotel, you're still not going to pay more than £5 for a coffee. But the reason I say all this is because I don't believe too much in the like, you know, I have a Ferrari and a vision board and this and that. Like when I say the hero of my mind, like when I was young, I wasn't visual. I literally never visualized the Ferrari or the. And here's a very interesting story for you. I remember even when I was younger, you know how like some people like turn their heads at expensive cars, or you know they'll even take photos with it or take photos of it. Never once did I ever allow myself to even turn my head.